What's going on YouTube? It's the Savage Yu-Gi-Oh! Judge coming to you with a Tri-Brigade Zoodiac post Lightning Overdrive deck profile for the June 2021 format. If you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe down below. Don't be average, be savage. Let me know how average or savage you guys think this deck profile is, and let me know what I can do to improve my videos. So yeah, Tri-Brigade Zoodiac. A very, very popular deck for this format as we round out and get closer to a ban list. This deck is very, very consistent, can put out very, very powerful boards, and has just some really, really degenerate cards. So started off with the Tri-Brigades. We played 3 Tri-Brigade Fractal. This card's just insane. Being able to fill your graveyard for fodder for all of your other Tri-Brigades is just really, really good. 3 Kit. The fact that Kit is a level 2 and she is able to foolish your Nerval to search for any other Tri-Brigade is just awesome. 3 Nerval, Searcher, allows you to do a whole bunch of insane plays. Fills up your graveyard with the monsters for Revolt and all that. And I played 2 Karis. I was playing 3 at one point. But the more that I thought about with all the Zoodiac cards is that this is actually like the worst one. It's the extender of the deck, but you don't get any advantage of using it if you open it first. So most of the time you need to open this plus a Fractal, and so that way you can at least combo off and you still have your normal summon for your Zoodiac core or anything else. Speaking of Zoodiac core, we play 3 Zoo monsters, 1 Rampier, 1 Whiptail, and 1 Ram. Rampier by itself, by sending Ram, gets you a free Farragut plus a Ram that you can still use on the board for a link summon. And yeah. And we play the Whiptail just because it's a name. And then for hand traps for this format, I decided to play 8 hand traps. I played 3 copies of Nibiru, the Primal Being, 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, and 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird. I found this ratio very, very consistent. There are times where I wanted a 3rd Droll and Lockbird because the field was spread with a lot of search heavy decks. So the Alistair deck, the new AI deck searches a lot, and this card just shuts them off. And yeah, but overall 8 hand traps is pretty good. I was thinking about maining Skullmeister instead of Nibiru, but I was happy that I ended up deciding to main this instead. Moving on to the spell cards, we play 3 Tenki, able to search out your Zoodiac monsters and your Fractal. 3 Desires, being able to draw cards, post your initial push, so you can keep extending for your combos, which is great. I played 2 Triple Tactics Talent. Not much can be said about this card. This card is what you want it to be when you need it. You know, a lot of people are shotgunning Lancey on the standby phase, so there are times where this isn't as impactful. But if you end up playing through 1 negate and you have this, it essentially allows you to change the entire flow of the game. And then the last spell is 1 copy of Zoodiac Barrage. Yeah, free Zoo monster, free link material, so you can go into Farragut or any of your links too is really good. Now moving on to the traps. So we're going to start with the most degenerate trap in this entire deck. It's Tri-Brigade Revolt. This card is Soul Charge and Return from the Different Dimension in 1. And that's a free link summon. So you fill up your graveyard, you activate this, and you just get more pluses. Shoutout being able to non-target banish on your opponent's turn. Just insane. 3 Solemn Strike. I don't really feel I need to explain this. Strike is just a good card. Being able to stop summons, being able to stop the Revolt. So a lot of people think that you can't strike after you Revolt, but Revolt reads that after you special summon the monsters, immediately after this card resolves, you link summon. So the last thing to happen is link summon, in which case you can Solemn Strike. In which case the Shoutout that they summon, you can't then re-summon off of Revolt since the summon was negated. And yeah. 2 elves. I played 2 Torrential and 2 Ice Dragon's Prison. I'm not playing Trap Trick. but I still like these ratios. There were times where I wanted the third torrential, but there are also other times where the torrential came up and it kind of conflicted with my play, because I had a Zeus on the field at one point and double torrential, so there were times where I just had to torrential my own board. Otherwise, I would just lose so much more advantage. I'd rather have 2 board wipes than 1. And the last card was Imperial Order. This card put in so much work. Card literally shuts down a lot of decks. Being able to stop a Red Eyes Fusion with this is just absolutely insane. That's it for the main deck. I believe the main deck was 42 cards. Moving on to the extra deck. We're going to start with the Tri-Brigade monsters. So we play 1 Farragut and 1 Bear Broom. Unfortunately now the extra deck space is so tight that you can no longer play 2 Farragut. You have to play 1 of each. And a lot of the times, if you open the Zoodiac play, you end up just making this normally, so you can summon it back off the Revolt. And then Bear Bloom being able to search your Revolt and then putting a card back is just absolutely degenerate. Free access to Revolt is just unfair. And then 1 Rugal, just for a name to be able to summon. And his effect is actually really good once you have him and Shurag, because during your opponent's turn, instead of having to summon a Shurag, you can just use Rugal to summon a monster back and then Shurag banish. And then 2 Shurag. Not much can be said about this card. This card's amazing. It's a free banish and a free search. Assuming that you have 2 banished Beast Warriors or Wing Beasts, or any Beast Warrior or Wing Beast. There was a time, I was saying, I think it was like round 4 or so, where I want to say like 9 names banished, and I ended up just searching for an alpha. So yeah, being able to search alpha is really good. Now the non-Tri-Brigade links, we played 1 Almirage for the initial startup if you open Kit or Nerval, so that way you can continue your plays. 1 Ancient Warrior's Oath, Double Dragon Lord. This card's absolutely insane. I played against a buddy of mine who didn't realize that I can send from hand from this with this card. So I was literally just beating him down and stopping all of his initial plays, since his plays were also normal summon reliant. The 1 Link 3 is Doom Eagle, and most of the time you just summon this off of a Tri-Brigade name. Since it's very hard to summon it normally, the only way you can summon it normally is with Oath and a Nerval. But yeah, being able to DD Crow and then have it go up to 48, pretty good. And then the 2 Link 4s is 1 Appaloosa and 1 Access Code. Access Code, being able to just pop off and destroy cards. Appaloosa, just an insane card to stop monster effects. And then for the Xyz, we play 4 Zoo monsters. 1 Trident, 1 Tiger Mortar, 1 Chakanai, 1 Borbo, and lastly 1 Zeus, because it's Zeus. A 5 material Zeus is really, really good. Being able to clear, can activate it multiple times per chain. Enough said. So for the extra, for the side deck, as I mentioned, I play 3 copies of Alpha the Master of Beasts. Shout out to my buddy Jose, who let me borrow 2 of them. Still have them. Getting back to you soon. And then 1 copy of Dino Wrestle Pankratops. Going second card, it's really good. Round off the hand traps, we played 3 Artifact Lancia for the mirror match for dinosaurs, for Invoked. And yeah, super solid card. This card just inherently shuts off the Tri-Brigade deck, since they can't banish. But if they already have the Revolt, then what are you going to do? Spell and trap removal, I played 3 copies of Twin Twister, 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster. Yeah, none to be said. Being able to discard Nerval, pop 2 and search, pretty good. And the last 4 cards, I wanted to play Impactful Continuous Traps, and that was 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance, 2 Summon Limit. This card put in work against the AI deck because all they do is summon and search. So you have this backed up with a Droll, you just win. And then Anti-Spell Fragrance for the Invoke deck, for any Pendulum deck that I thought I was going to be playing. It's decent against Dino, but I wouldn't side it in for the most part unless I absolutely had nothing else to side. The Invoke deck, I play against Shaddoll today too, and Anti-Spell just ended up just shutting down. the Shaddoll deck in Game 3. And yeah, that is it for the deck profile. Like I said, ended up getting top 2. And I think this deck has a lot of potential to be the best deck of the format, especially post-ban list. I don't think this deck is going to get touched whatsoever. If anything, I might see Tanky going to 1 just because of being able to search Zoo monsters and Fractal. But other than that, I don't think this deck is going to get touched by the ban list at all. So, yeah, once again, if you guys liked what you saw, like, comment, subscribe down below. Don't be average, be savage. Let me know what you guys think. And, yeah, peace.